We're fishing today on the Columbia River. We're chasing salmon. Before I can start, I need to finish the break-in procedure on my new Mercury 150 jet motor. We switched from the 115 prop to this 150. Got another 45 minutes or so to finish that initial break-in, and then we'll get to fishing. Okay, we have officially reached the first 2 hours on the engine break-in. I repowered the boat to a 150 jet. So I moved from a 115 prop to a 150 jet, and first impressions are, it is power-wise, it feels equivalent. I'm going to be able to run a lot shallower with confidence and get to some of those shallower spots that I've been wanting to get to fast. All right, it is spring Chinook season here on the Columbia River, and we're going to get to fishing. True or false? Spring Chinook is one of the hardest fish to catch. I feel like that's true. We're using a herring today. All right. Alrighty. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get a spring Chinook in the boat. Did not get out last year as much as I wanted to. I got it a couple times. It was just a lot going on between just life. I'll just tell you guys, my wife went through cancer, a battle with breast cancer, late fall 2024. She found out she had breast cancer last February, so about a year ago. She had a double mastectomy, and without getting into all the details of what kind of cancer, it was breast cancer, but all the other little details that you learn along the way. Double mastectomy, and then after that we found out she had to go through chemo, which started like in late March, early April. And then first bout of chemo was just brutal for that first 2 months. And then she had a different type of chemo over the summer. It was a little bit better. I say better. I mean, she was able to do certain things. Like, we still went on our family vacations. She took our daughter on her dance trip to Disneyland. So she's way too young to have to go through that stuff. It was tough times for her, but she plowed through and still did all those things that moms do and wives do. I mean, again, that first round of chemo was pretty bad. Anyways, after chemo, which ended in last September 2025, she had radiation for 3 weeks. That was not as bad as chemo. I say that. It didn't seem like it was bad. It did, her skin getting all chewed up pretty bad. Then after that, it was recovery. And then she had her reconstruction surgery just not too long ago. It is early April right now. She had her reconstruction beginning of February. And that was about a 4-week recovery after that. And now we're back to normal, I guess you could say. Whatever that means. But she, man, tough lady. I could not do something like that. I'd be like, no, I'm not doing any of those treatments. I'm phoning it in. That's it. But she did it, man. She probably not. She doesn't watch my content because she's really not into YouTube. But if you do watch this, honey, I'm proud of you. And I just can't say enough about her. That being said, let's get a fish. I always get bites right around here. But I feel like I need more weight, that's for sure. I just... I'll check my bait. Looks good. The water clarity, I can see the prop on my kicker pretty easy. So water's looking good. Look at the new motor here. Again, it's a Mercury. Did I mention that? It's Mercury 150. And man, I really like that jet. I'm excited about it. Been running the prop for the last, I don't like that. Look at that. I've already got a. What's up with that? Brand new stinking motor, and I already got a chip there. Come on, come on! All right, I think the next thing we're gonna do is cut plug herring. I'm gonna get one ready here. Put that head in. Now I've got nice. Oh, now I've got a nice cut plug herring here. And I'll throw that back in the bag there. I was out here last night breaking in the engine and just cruising along and saw a sea lion, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a cool shot with the sea lion camera. He comes up and he's eating fish. He's mowing on a salmon or a steelhead. I get closer and he's mowing on a sturgeon. And if you don't know, in the Columbia River, you used to be able to fish for sturgeon quite a bit. The population's really dropped over the years. I wonder if the population of sturgeon was really dropped because of the sea lions. Because the sea lions here on the Columbia are just decimating everything from sturgeon to salmon to steelhead. It's pretty sad. Yeah, right there, my rod's bouncing, but it looks like something tinkering with it, but it's not. It's just bouncing on the bottom. Girls, let's do a little bait check here. Very curious to see how that bait's holding up. It does feel a little soft. It looks good. Oh, we got mallards. There's mallards over there. Just heard them. Yeah, I'm happy with the bait. Looks good. I was gonna go raw, no spinner, but I'm just gonna keep it on there for now. I mean, why not? It's not hurting anything. I'm not seeing anybody else catch fish. There's mallards over there fighting. I think a couple drakes are putting on a show for the hens. That's what we do, boys. Put on a show for the ladies. Just like the ducks. All right, pass number 2. Turned out to be a nice day. It is absolutely just, it's mostly cloudy, but oh, as I say that, looks like I got some rain clouds coming this way. Just want to put maybe a not that great of a knot. The goal is to just have a weight on there, and with light pound test that's lighter, much lighter than all your gear. And so if the weight gets hung up on something, the weight breaks off and you get all your gear back. That herring looks pretty good. What do you guys think? This herring's 2 or 3 years old. Does it look pretty good to you? I think it does. Eyes look good. That faint line right there, that's my gear. Right down near the bottom. Right now it's just hugging the bottom. Bait check. We're gonna switch up. We're gonna do a cut plug. Actually, let's do a coho cut. Let's see what a coho cut does. Maybe a little bit more spin. Get those fish excited for what's coming. All right, let's see. See how that works. Let's see that. Let's check the spin on that. Ooh, yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that with the glare of the sun, but I really like that. Ooh, that's how you do it, folks. Look at that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys let me know if you find that in your fish's belly. I am really liking that spin. That might be the most perfect spun herring I've ever rigged up. Nope. Got a log over here I gotta watch out for. The tide today was relatively flat. And right now it's still incoming. We're getting ready to hit that high tide right now in this spot. And then the outgo is at 3:12. I'll have a slack, so in about an hour, got another, man, it should good. High slack is in about an hour, so we're gonna stick it out. We got plenty to drink. We're staying hydrated. We got food, we got snacks. Wife and kids are at the beach. Maybe I should be at the beach fishing. All right, trying something a little bit different on this pass. Came down river a little bit, close to the power lines. Nobody's down here, which I don't know if that's normal or not. Maybe this isn't the spot for spring Chinook. I don't know, but I marked a couple fish, so they gotta come through here, you know. Guys, remind me, I gotta get the sunscreen out, man. I'm gonna get fried out here. Ugh. Rolling with that same bait, it just looked so good. I had the perfect spin on it. I don't want to do another one, but we'll switch out here in a little bit. Have I told you guys about my new motor? I really like it. It just brings me back to the days when I was a kid. My dad, like I said, he ran jet engines, Mercury jet engines. 2 strokes, actually. This is not a 2-stroke, this is a 4-stroke, but it just takes me back to that time, that same feel. I really like it. I liked the prop too on the 115. Don't get me wrong, the prop was great. In fact, if you're looking to get a rig and you're, for the most part, going to be in the Columbia or deep water or fishing lakes, you're probably going to be fine with the prop. I would have been fine sticking with the prop, but the curiosity in me wanted to get a jet for several reasons, and one of them was just sheer curiosity. I mean, we're essentially back trolling right now. I just need to keep the boat straight. Stationary trolling here, trolling upriver. This would be a great spot to throw in a jet diver or maybe a plug, but or just a jet diver with the triangle flasher. Take the weight off, throw on a jet diver. Might try that. Here, this is a good spot. To practice that, anyways. All right, trying something a little bit different right now. I had mentioned I was going to do it earlier, but I put a jet diver on. So I took the weight off, put the jet diver on. What the jet diver does, I can put it out the ways behind the boat, and it does what it says it's going to do. It dives down around the bottom, and it just kind of bounces along the bottom, moves around quite a bit. And I've got a cut plug herring. We'll see. I don't know. I'm getting ready to move, and reeled up my rod, and I had no bait. So I don't know if I got hit or if the current ripped that bait right off. I'm gonna say I got a bite. just to give me some confidence. All right, we're gonna go downriver a little bit and see what it looks like down there. All right, guys, moved spots, came downriver a little bit in between the I-205 and I-5 bridge. There's the Portland International Airport right there. And this is a new spot for me as far as fishing goes. I've cruised up and down here a few times, but I've never fished this area, so we'll give it a shot. Why not? Starting to mark some fish in here, which is encouraging, but we need biters. All right, you guys, that airport run was a dud. Marked some fish, but no biters. So I ran back up here and went by a boat who had a fish on. The guy was anchored up, and he's probably running plugs, I'm assuming. But I saw a net out as I passed, did not see him net it. I was cruising. And I actually, when I had initially went by that guy, I almost dropped and started trolling below him, and I was like, you know what, I want to go explore a little bit more. But anyways, back at it tomorrow. Hopefully I'm gonna get out here early and try to get that early morning bite. All right, you guys, we'll see you on the next video.